Hello, I'm Rachel Gokes from Blossoms and Bundles, and I'm going to show you how to make two braids today. They're both essentially the same thing. They're both three-stranded braids that are really easy, and one of them only takes, I timed myself and it only took me 10 seconds to do. Okay, so this is the first one. This one, if you do it as a side braid, it's really short because the hair from this side is shorter and you use a piece of hair from this side and from up here. But this works a lot better when you do it down your back because it will be longer. Okay. So when you do it from your back, down your back, you still use a piece from this side and a piece from this side. Okay, so you want to brush your hair smooth. You need it to be really smooth. And if you're doing your hair, doing this with your hair while it's wet, do not use a brush or a fine tooth comb because either one, oh my goodness, my brush is really dirty. Either one will stretch your hair, and because when your hair is when your hair is wet, then the strands pull much more easily. They're almost like elastic, but then they break, and it stretches them, and you don't necessarily want breakage on your hair. I mean, unless you do, then by means brush and comb your hair when it's wet. But when it is wet, it's perfectly fine to use a wide tooth comb. So usually they're those ones that are fairly wide and with like the wide, thick teeth that are just one with each space. Those ones work really well. Okay, so first one that I had, take a piece from right here and a piece from up here, and you cross them in the back. And pull the middle hair so that way it doesn't bunch. And cross it again. And cross it again. And see, it bunched a little bit right there, so there. And then you just tie it off. Okay. So that one doesn't make a very long braid, but this one will be a longer braid. So for this one, I use the hair that's on the side of my braid rather than from this side because that way I get a longer braid. Okay. So this one, you just braid your hair. You don't need to do anything special, just braid it. And there's a knot. And there's a knot. And you put your hair through so that way it doesn't bunch. There's another knot. And look at there, another knot. See, it's really easy. It's just a regular braid just with two small strands. Okay. And tie it off. I just like to push it out a little bit so that way there's not such an indentation where my ear is. And there you go. It's really easy and simple to do. And I always get lots of compliments on it, so if you try it out, then maybe you will too.